2011 has been pretty crazy because we've had a record out, and the beginning it was mainly we were recording the album in America, so we were living in LA for January, February, March. The album kind of worked differently to how we have done in the past. It was a bit more, I guess, a bit more organised maybe, and we did a lot of stuff separately, which was different. I think that's kind of a natural progression for a band sometimes when you've been together a long time. I did a lot of stuff, you know, in the studio on my own, and then Hugh would come in, and you know, like Hugh would maybe have written a section, and we put it in, and it was cool, and it was different because Peter was there. We got a new bass player, so his influence was pretty big, and it was really good. I mean, it was very different again because we were building tracks up. We were trying. It was kind of like we didn't really know what we were doing, because usually we just play guitars and we just get recorded and we're in the room, and then the producer would do a lot of the other stuff. But on this one we took more of a production role, and we all got really involved in it. And also Tony Hoffa, the producer, he played on it, and it was very like free and kind of experimental. And America's been really great for us. It's very unjudgmental place in terms of music. There's so much space there for you to put your music out and have your own thing going on, while you don't have to be sort of homogenized. Like all the bands aren't so homogenized. So I like it, yeah, it's cool. But yeah, daunting, of course. But the tours, you know, this is what we do. It's like the tour will be fun, and we often go from playing quite small venues to playing big ones, like everyone does. And you just like it for different reasons. I mean, we just did a German tour where we were playing like music halls. That's hard, like big arena style places, like sports halls. For bands, it's really difficult, man, because you like, you know, you've got like all this reverberation from the sound, and like I don't use inners, so I'm like, sometimes the sound can be difficult. But if you get it spot on, it can be really amazing. So I mean, because it's all about the crowd, really, as much as it is about you playing. It's more really about how the feeling is in the crowd, and those smaller gigs when they're sold out and they're like, you know, it's pretty good for a band. Like you feel energized. So the last question you guys have got for us is from Callum from Kent, who asked what guitar I use on stage and why. It's a good question. I mean, I've gone through lots of things. I used to use a sort of James Trussard, which is like metal bodied with it. I used to love it, but I kind of really went off it. So the one that I've got at the moment is called a Domino Californian Rebel. It's like it's quite a rare guitar. It's like kind of looks like a sheet of MDF wood. It's like it's a Japanese copy of a Vox guitar made in the '60s. It sounds pretty cool. It's got this really. I mean, I use it with like a Blues Junior, Fender Blues Junior, and a Deluxe. It's quite sort of bright and sparkly sounding amps, and then because that's what I do on top of Hugh's guitar setup is very much like more bottom end, so I deliver a bit at the top end. But this guitar has a real like great mid sound. It's got like this really. It actually sounds a bit like a Strat, but it plays like a Telecaster. It's cool. It's really cool.